Let's go, everybody!
Yeah!
You know what it's time for? The Analyst Desk. Let's go. Welcome, everybody, to the Analyst Desk. It is I, Jacob Moore, the self-proclaimed sports analyst, joined by Mr. Loopy More for your money, who I think, breaking news, he doesn't drink. And,
I'm just a Loopy Leaf fan for losing again.
and Mr. Lane Dashing Dashko.
I was so scared because it started snowing on my screen. I'm like, oh no, it's snowing outside. No, it's snowing on my computer. Let it go.
I know, it's terrible,
Shout out to David and Nick for the likes. Thank you very much for the likes. We always appreciate them.
Yeah.
And
Appreciate the honesty.
I think Dan in the comment section, Mr. More for your money, put the nail right on the head saying, hey, everyone, what happened? So let's dive right into the Leafs. Of course, we also got to talk about some BC Lions drama that doesn't involve Nathan Rourke causing the drama, which is quite a surprise. And let's get into some Leaf talk.
Ooh.
So the Leafs of this year is a very frustrating team to watch.
That's for sure.
They just seem to implode. And look, I think Dennis Hildeby played okay. I think considering he was a third string goalie, you were outshot 20-2 in the third period, and you still had a chance to pull the goalie and try to tie this game back up. I actually thought Hildeby played okay. But the big issue is, let's be honest, these games last year, they were winning. Games that they weren't playing as well as they should be. And a big part of that, I'm still going to keep... If I hear Mitch Marner is the reason why this team isn't winning again, I may just leave the desk for the night because it's not the reason.
Guys.
Mitch Marner is not the
reason. Is you. He's not.
Mitch Marner is nowhere near the reason why this team is losing. I look at it here, and this team did not show up. They were too busy hugging Joe Thornton and forgot that they had a hockey game to play. I don't love these long ceremonies before games either in any level of any
I
level
disagree with you 1,000%. I'll tell you why. They were perfect at the beginning. They jumped up in the beginning. They had a 2-goal lead. Everything was fine and dandy. Everything was hunky-dory. It was that fair period that completely fell apart.
You know, every period, they started terrible. Every period, they started terribly. Into the comments, Chicago doing drift traps in these cities. Hey, you know what? The Chicago Blackhawks are looking scary right now.
Connor Bedard, wow.
The Sens and Blackhawks are looking scary for the Leafs. So the Sens have been up and down kind of the way the Leafs have been, but I actually think the Blackhawks will, I'm going to make a bold prediction here and say the Blackhawks will make the playoffs this year.
I think they might, yeah.
If they continue to play like this and Connor Bedard continues to be arguably the best player in the NHL.
Connor.
No, Macklin Celebrini is better.
You can argue, Matt, but you can argue Connor Bedard. I still think the best player in the NHL is Sidney Crosby. But you can argue it's Connor Bedard. And Dan, don't worry. You can let Marner go because you have Corey Perry. I guess you're an LA Kings fan now, Dan. Congratulations.
Corey Perry is a take. I do love that guy. I do think he kneeled John Tavares on purpose in that Montreal
He
series,
did not get over it.
Go
to Bridge. But look, I am very curious on everyone's thoughts on this Leaf game tonight. I personally thought I did like that there was some fight back after a dirty hit at the end of the first. I'm really liking what Bobby McMahon's been doing the last couple games. I'm already bringing in our favorite segment, Gas or Ass. And maybe I'm pulling a lane here and hit the panic button too much. Let's go. Hashtag Beyblades. Let it rip. Gas or is it ass? It's gas. Gas or is it ass? It's gas. Or is it ass? Gas or ass, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Craig Berube's job is in jeopardy if this doesn't turn around by the end of December.
Gas. 100%.
So Lane agrees with me.
1,000%.
Mr. More for your money thinks I'm a little crazy.
Yes, I do.
Hello from Key.
Hello.
Get the link at 8:30 Mountain Time. My
Jacob,
sponsor
you
was
missed my
literally quit playing.
You missed-
Hello.
Jacob, you missed my Christmas song comment.
Well, sing me a go.
You got to sing it,
Oh, the
though.
weather outside is frightful. The hot chocolate is so delightful. And the leaves kind of blow. Let 'em go, let 'em go, let 'em go. They
Seriously.
finally kiss Marner goodbye. And this team still figures out how to score. But if they would try, the wins would be more.
Okay, so I'll tell you why Craig Berube.
It's just like, screw this Christmas.
Yeah, literally, it's not November 11th yet. You have to wait. Be a good boy. So, I'll tell you why Craig Berube's job is not on the line yet. Because you can't keep going through coaches. Okay, coaches is not the problem at this point. Craig Berube is a Stanley Cup winner.
I kind of agree with this.
I agree with Mike 100%. Okay, I'll tell you whose job is on the line, and that's Brad Treliving. He put this team together, and this team is failing.
No,
Yeah.
I disagree. There's a guy. No, I disagree with both you guys because at this point, I've said, I don't know how many times I have to say this. It feels like we're coming back to it's this. I've said this 1,000 times. This team is the Fast and Furious, right? And there's one guy who's in the Fast and Furious, and you always see him there. And there's one guy who's on this team for the last 8 years, and I'll be honest, he's not as good as we think he is. And it's Captain Underpants, Austin Matthews. I think this guy is starting to become the most overrated player in the NHL.
I agree.
I stuck up for this guy for years, being like, you know what, he's good. He's a good player. But I'm starting to think he's the problem. You know, I thought it was Marner. Jacob, I know you're going to lose it, but Marner's clearly not the problem. I thought it was Tavares. Tavares isn't the problem. Scores it. He gets almost got 25 points and makes $4 million. William Nylander, he ain't the problem. Matthew Nyes ain't the problem. The defense kind of sucks right now, but that Stolarz isn't great. But at the end of the day, what's your $12.5 million?
Preach it, Blaine.
Absolutely nothing. He is absolutely useless. He wasn't good at Four Nations. He wasn't good here. He wasn't good last year. He hasn't been good in the playoffs. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6. This guy flipping.
Whoa.
Technical difficulties brought to you by Lane Dashco. Looking for technical difficulties? Go to Lane Dashco. I'm going to turn off his oh, he's getting it all fixed up and ready to go. I actually don't think he was trying to hit his camera that time. I think he just got very excited. But quickly to the comment section before I comment on that. Love the passion, buddy. Honestly, Bedard is leading the league in points. He doesn't have the backup Celebrini has. And that's why I think you can argue Connor Bedard is better than Celebrini right now.
That is a great point, 100%.
David said, wow, that was great. I almost got spunked. But look, you know what, guys? I actually am leaning towards agreeing with both of you on Austin Matthews to a point. But here's the big issue. You're blaming Brad Treliving for a Kyle Dubas contract. Kyle Dubas is the one who locked him up long term.
Okay, now Brad Treliving can rip off the captaincy.
Let me finish. I have the ability to cut your mic. Let me finish. So you're stuck with Austin Matthews, and say what you want. Sheldon Keefe got more out of Austin Matthews than Craig Berube. Craig Berube, all you guys were getting on about Ryan Dinwiddie when he was calling out his team in the media after every loss, going on, they need to play better, they need to do this, they need to do that. Craig Berube is doing the exact same thing. They left the third string goalie completely out to dry, who I actually think overall played pretty decently. And
decent at
the end of the day, yeah, Dan, I would say decent. I thought Dennis Hildeby gave them a chance to win. I'm not saying he was phenomenal, but he gave them a chance.
It looked like we had an AHL goalie in there. Oh, wait, we did.
Danny faced 44 shots. He faced 20 in the third period alone, and he gave them a chance. The only goal he allowed in on the third period was off an unbelievably bad turnover by Jake McCabe. You guys can blame the superstars and blame this all you want. It's the structure that's the problem. Right now, the way this team is trying to play does not work. They got bigger and they're not trying to hit more. They're still trying to play this fast, loose style hockey, and they're not that team anymore. You replaced Marner with Joshua, Waugh, Marcelli, and giving Robertson more ice time and guys like Lawton and Lorentz more ice time. I look at it, this team has gotten bigger and they're still trying to play faster. Mm-hmm. You have to make adjustments.
For the fattest team in the NHL.
Pardon?
For the fattest team in the NHL. They weigh average 211 pounds.
Back to the comment section here from David. I'm not a Matthews or Marner fan. I do want Brady to come back, and then we'll see who's the real playoff team.
Whoa.
Look, I'm actually not the biggest Austin Matthews fan, to be honest, but he's here. He's here. He's locked up long term.
He has a captain.
And well, that was before Berube, right?
And Berube and Trivivik can change this now, so do it.
They
give
can't
Morgan Riley the captain
from Austin Matthews.
Give JT up to 6 the captain back.
He deserves it. Do not give Tavares the captain. He was a terrible captain before. There is one man who should be the captain of this team and will never get it because Leaf Nation is too stupid to figure it out.
Morgan Riley.
And that is Morgan Riley. Morgan Riley is clearly your captain.
No, I think
yes, he is. He has been there the longest. He has dealt with the most crap. He's the one that actually leads. Morgan Riley does not suck.
I'm starting to think, dude, he's kind of bad.
Dude, he's like towards the top in almost every statistic as a defenseman this year.
You notice how he can't play with anyone, though?
Do you notice that anyone... not true at all. When he played with Luke Shen, he was dominant. When he played with Lyubushkin, he was dominant. When they're putting him with Brandon can't skate Carlo and Jake turnover McCabe, then sure, he isn't as nearly as good. Morgan Riley has consistently been a good defenseman playing with, for most of his career, AHL defenseman.
True.
I think that's...
And every time they get a good defenseman, where'd he go? Oops, we lost him again. Morgan Riley should be the captain of this team. I can't believe that's so much of a hot take, but... he should have been the captain from the beginning. In a perfect world, Matthews wouldn't have a no trade. I would move Austin Matthews, and I would get Nazem Kadri, Cardinado, and a couple first-round picks, and I'd fix this team. But you can't. And you might say, why the hell would I want Kadri instead of Matthews? Because Nazem Kadri is a playoff-type player. And I have to get to the playoffs, which I do think this team will do.
But, Jacob, here's the thing, and I know you're going to disagree with me. I just think that at the end of the day, when they go up against these Stanley Cup teams, Morgan Riley isn't a Kyle McCarr. He isn't a Seth Jones. He isn't an
He doesn't get paid like those guys,
Lane.
Yeah, he makes
7.5, dude. That's nowhere near.
He's up in the first man making 12.
So
they're
better.
Getting half the defenseman or half the price.
So he's the second line defenseman at best.
No. On this team, he is your best defenseman by far, and it's not even a conversation.
I don't know, man. I see him make a lot of mistakes every night. I'm not sold on this guy.
Look, I honestly, I get what you're saying, Lane, to a point, but I just feel you need someone who actually has leadership quality, and Morgan Riley has leadership quality. He had another assist again tonight. And he was a plus. He was a +2. So he currently has.
Who was a plus?
So hold on. Morgan Riley currently has 13 points in 15 games, and he's a -1.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's compare that to other defensemen at his salary, and you are going to see you're comparing him to Cale Makar. That is like me getting mad that Nick Robertson has less goals than Sidney Crosby.
Compare him to Evan Boussard in Edmonton. I guarantee he has better numbers than Boussard. Boussard's making 10.5. He's making $3 million more.
Thank you for the Riley love in the comments. And look, I get it. He's been here the longest. The team has failed. Some people say move on from him. And I even understand it. I just don't agree with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just think that, you know what, you have, at the end of the day, you guys want to blame, like, Dan made a good point. You want to blame the coach. How many coaches does it take? How many GMs does it take? And here's another point. You know what? How many athletic trainers does it take? How many cooks does it take? How many people does it take to get this team to give a flying F word? And I'm not going to say the word. I'm going to say a flying luck. The word rhymes with luck. And at any point through any point of history, this team straight up doesn't care. They play with zero passion. And I hate when people say, "Oh, they do care. It's their job." They don't care. They go to work. They go to work like the rest of us and go, "Oh, I have to go to work today. Maybe I'll just call in sick." They don't care. This logo, the thing you're wearing, means absolutely dilly squat to all of them. I'm going to break something again. They don't care.
They
have never cared. They didn't care when they were drafted, and they don't care now, and they won't care ever. And this team will continue to go second round, first round out of the playoffs, because until something changes, until something wakes up in their head that they won't want to lose anymore, this team flipping sucks. They suck.
It's bad.
Look,
They suck.
I actually kind of agree with Key here about Cale Makar in a lot of ways. Like, it's not like he's the type that wants to get into the dirty areas.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Just to put into perspective, guys, Morgan Riley is currently third in the NHL in points, depending on how tonight finishes. He might end up being tied for fourth.
Points? They can't win.
But Lane, he's an offensive defenseman. So right now, he is ahead of Erik Karlsson, who gets paid more. He's ahead of Victor Hedman, who gets paid more. He's around the same with Josh Morrissey, who gets paid more. He has as many points as Lane Hudson, who gets paid more. He has one less point than Heiskanen, who gets paid more. And he has 5 less points than Makar, who gets paid more.
And they're almost in dead last in their division.
But I don't think it's Morgan Riley's fault.
Have a playoff spot right now.
I think Morgan Riley is one of the bright spots on his team.
In my opinion, at least, and this is just my opinion, it's like an asshole. Everyone's got one. Morgan Riley, we're allowed to say that. I've read into the rules. Morgan Riley is not the issue on this team. Sure, is Cale Makar in theory a better defenseman than Morgan Riley? Sure. Would I rather have Cale Makar over Austin Matthews?
100%.
Sure. But I can't. Thank you, Dan, for putting asshole in the comments. Appreciate it. But here, back to the comment section again. Blackhawks hit a gold mine of FAs and drafts. We did need it, but damn of an A pulls up 44 saves. So it's truthfully, I still think the biggest issue, and Chicago really has looked good this year, by the way.
All because of Spencer Knight.
And that's the thing. They went and got a serviceable goalie. Yeah. What drives me
nuts trade that was
is everyone will go after, and Austin Matthews, even though he's on pace for another 50-goal year, he's not even a point per game player right now. At $12.5 million, that's ridiculous. I agree with you. But we're going to go after Morgan Riley, who's towards the top. We're going to go after, I see people going after William Nylander, who's been arguably the best player one of the best players in the NHL this year. I see people going after Matthew Nyes, who is basically Mitch Marner, who can hit. Yeah. Yet no one is talking about the goaltending problem in Toronto except me. I don't see many people saying Anthony Stolarz is the problem. When you needed your third string to allow 5 goals and you felt like you got better goaltending than you got of late, that's a problem. And when I say that, I'm not blaming Dennis Hildeby, right? Dennis Hildeby, I thought tonight, all things considered, played okay.
Yep.
But right now, until the goaltending situation is fixed,
I think
this team will not win games.
I think
they will not win games without at least decent goaltending.
To me, I think it's speed. I think they're I actually think the reason why they're losing, because I'll be honest with you guys, after the Jays losing and the Ticats in 1999, I have had a very low passion to watch Leaf game. This is actually the first Leaf game, kid you not, that I actually sat down and put on TV all year.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
Because I've had the Blue Jays and I had the Ticats and I had other things that I cared about more than watching this pathetic team step on the ice. And for the first night, I'm like, I'm actually going to sit down and try to get into this. And I'm already done. I'm already done with this team because I'm seeing the same things that I've seen since 2016 and before. I don't care how long Morgan Riley's been here. I don't care how long Austin Matthews is. The thing is, this team sucks. We blame everything else. We blame the coaching. We blame the goalie. We blame this. We get this. We change this. We change the TNA. We change this. At the end of the day, it comes down to the guys who started here and who are still here today. At the end of the day, it's Austin Matthews. It's all of them. It's Austin Matthews. It's Willie. It's Tavares.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, Dan.
No.
Yes, it is. Because at the end of the day, those 4 guys have been here for 10 years and haven't done a damn thing. And they're still doing diddly squat 10 years later. You can talk about the 25-point and the 26-point and the 30-point and the 35 and the plus minus. Who cares? They don't win games. And when they get to the playoffs, they flicking suck and are golfing in Mexico by the time of April 7th. Who cares? This team sucks. They suck. S-U-C-K. They suck. You can't debug Berube. You can't debug him for living. You can't
blame Berube, though. He's the
You
coach.
can't. How many
yes,
coaches?
You can.
How many coaches? How many coaches you want to go through? How many coaches? 1, 2. If this was the Argos, how many coaches do you want to go through? You want to go through?
Okay, but guys, you guys wanted to put Ryan Dinwiddie off on a Viking funeral because the Argos were losing, and you said he shouldn't be blaming the players. He should be blaming himself. Well, Craig Berube needs. Okay, but I actually agree. The more I looked at that objectively, the more I agreed with you. So that's how I feel about the Leafs. And by the way, I do agree to a point. You can't keep switching players and everything, but you're locked into Matthews, so you have to try to make it work, or you need to convince him that he wants to leave Toronto. Which why would he want to leave Toronto?
My point is,
Phoenix isn't the thing anymore. Otherwise, it would have went there. What I'm trying to make
is, if you kept the same players for the last 10 years, right? You kept the exact same players every single year, and you got the same result. How many coaches are you willing to go through before you look at the guys on the roster and say, this roster just doesn't, it's not cap. It's not cap. It's not 6-7. This isn't good. This sucks. And at the end of the day, they are an average team that somehow makes the playoffs every year, and that's good for them. But honestly, and this is going to get a really hot take, there's no difference between the only difference between the Leafs and Buffalo is one team makes the playoffs and one doesn't.
I'd agree with that.
The only difference, one makes the playoffs, one doesn't. Because at the end of the day, the Leafs don't accomplish anything. Just because you get to the dance, and just because you get to the dance, if you don't dance with a girl, you're still a loser. So it doesn't matter. If you sit there and you sit in the corner and cry the whole time, it doesn't make you any difference whether you went to the dance or you stayed at home and played on PlayStation. At the end of the day, you're both losers.
I guess the difference is, though, boys, and I've went to the comments here, the Leafs were dumb not to offer him a $4 to $5 million. Dan was talking about the dump Stoll. So I believe about the Stolar situation, about offering him what he offered him. And I mean, I think he's around 3.5 right now, over 3, if I remember correctly.
3.5.
And David, I guess you are a very happy man with the Blackhawks and the Chicago Bears and the Ottawa Senators all playing really well. Man, Chicago's
good day for you, bud.
City.
Yep.
And Matthews can't leave. That's the problem. It's guys like Nyes will leave because of the poor attitude. Now, Nyes is also locked up, remember. But what I'm getting at is,
and they'll trade him.
It's unfortunate.
They'll trade him,
right?
Too.
And I keep saying you got to try a new coach. It's kind of like,
but who?
No, just let me cook.
Dig up Pat Quinn?
No, Pat Quinn's not alive.
That's my point. I dig him up.
So,
it's like who are you going to hire?
The problem is with the Leafs, you are still locked in to the Matthews contract. This is going to sound really bad. I honestly don't think this team makes a legitimate push until that Matthews contract is done. Then you can get rid of him, because I actually don't think Nylander and Tavares and Riley are the problem. I actually think it's Austin Matthews. I think you're paying him $12.5 million, and he has shown, unless he's playing with other superstars, he's just okay.
Right.
He's a $7 million player.
Yeah.
So, and I know it's frustrating, but you have to find a way to make it work. And I think the only way to make it work is to say to Berube, changes need to come or you need to go.
What's he going to do, though?
Well,
he's done everything.
But Lane, let's say I'm running a business, right? And my stocks are dropping and I'm the big boss. I'm the chief. I'm the CEO. My ass is on the line, not the janitor, because I'm the one that's being paid the big bucks to make it work. And unfortunately, even though Austin Matthews gets paid like he's the CEO, he gets treated like the janitor. It's the coach, the GM, The assistant coaches, they're the ones that have their butts on the line for jobs, not
I
these
understand
guys that have multi-year deals and no move clauses.
I get that. I'm just saying, but look what we've done.
It's like Edmonton too. I think Oiler fans are screaming the exact same way. You lost 9 bleeping 1.
Yeah, that was bad, bro.
Like, and that's the thing. Edmonton's got to the Stanley Cup Finals 2 years in a row. Winnipeg Blue Bomber fans are furious because they lost in the Eastern semifinal, and they've been to 5 straight Grey Cups. The difference is in Toronto, you haven't won since 60 freaking 6.
7.
7. What? 7? Like, that is what's so frustrating about this team. And at the end of the day, when was the last time the Leafs made it to the 3rd round?
Never.
2001.
No, they have made it to the 3rd round, Lane. Yes, they have.
67.
No. There was only 2 rounds of hockey back then. The Leafs have never actually won a 3rd round in franchise history.
I know.
Well, they made it to the 3rd round in 2001 without Alexander
And I'm sorry, I am going to talk about one drastic thing that nobody wants to talk about. It was not 93, but thank you very much, Ethan, for the comment. But 93 does bring into my point.
Was it the year they went to beat Carolina when they lost to Carolina?
Yeah, 2001.
What did they have that this team doesn't?
Hart.
What else?
McBrien, McKay.
Ashton.
What else? There's one key position, not just a goalie, a franchise goalie. The Leafs have not had, and Dan and Lane, you probably are both going to disagree with me, and that's fine.
No,
but the Leafs have not had a true franchise goalie since Curtis Joseph. And I'm not just saying it because I have the autographed jersey behind me. I'm a Cujo fan. I will admit that. Ed Belfour, when he got there, was not a franchise goalie anymore. He was at one point in his career, but not anymore. I think then you look at the rest of this issue, okay? And let's go through the goaltending. Was James Reimer a franchise goalie?
No.
Was Andrew Raycroft a franchise goalie?
Definitely not.
Was Vesa Toskala a franchise goalie?
Or the thing from it.
Frederick Anderson, was he a franchise goalie?
Kind of now, but...
he was the closest you've had, basically. But no.
Yeah.
Jack Campbell.
Nope.
No.
Samsonov.
No.
Nope.
Joseph Woll.
No.
Anthony Stolars.
No.
This is my point. Use this.
But you like
everyone
Stolars.
is going to point at Matthews, and they are going to point at all these other positions. I'm going to get hatred in the comments. I think Matt Sandin was lacking passion back when he was the leader of the Leafs. And I know I'm going to get flack for that, and that's fine. Because if you look, one of their deep playoff runs was the year he was injured. And again, they had that franchise goaltender in the 99-2000 season. Yeah. This team needs a franchise goalie. And if you look at teams that win the Stanley Cup, what do they have?
Goalies.
Greg Bobrovsky.
Sir, look at Florida.
Yeah.
Even look when Vegas won. Aiden Hill played outstanding in those Stanley Cup finals.
Hasn't
look
played
at
well
the
since.
Pittsburgh Penguins. I think the Pittsburgh Penguins might be the best example of this. Now I got to get to a comment here. But the Pittsburgh Penguins, when was the last time they won the Stanley Cup?
140.
Well, that's a person, not a time. But yes, ever since they got rid of Marc-Andre Fleury, they have not won a Stanley Cup. Why? They have Sidney Crosby. He's not lacking passion. They have Evgeny Malkin. He has 2 girls, as he likes to say. But they had Chris Letang. He's not lacking passion. But ever since they got rid of Marc-Andre Fleury, a franchise goalie, they couldn't get there. So I think the Leafs need to stop with saying we need a top 6 forward. Morgan Riley's not a good enough top defenseman. Austin Matthews needs to score 79.6 goals per season. What this team needs is a goalie that can stop a bloody puck in a key moment. Let's get into the comments.
They still need pass.
Dan's got a dirty little theory for Marner. Ooh, dirty. I feel like he's low-key Pinto or Donato. Honestly, I wish the Leafs could have a guy like Pinto or Donato.
For sure. I mean, that's kind of what they need.
Prime example. When was the last time Buffalo won a cup?
Right. Yeah.
Whether you like the guy or not.
Same with
DiPietro, anyone but Waugh. Well, look, Patrick Waugh was an incredible goalie back in the day, whether you love him or hate him. Look at the Montreal Canadiens even. As it's taken them so many years, and they still haven't replaced Carey Price.
No, of course not.
They also have good D as well, though. Our D isn't solid either. We're lacking more than just... I'm not saying we're not... The problem is, too, the defense is locked up with a bunch of no moves. So I really do feel, though, you look at the teams that won the Stanley Cup and you look at the goaltending they got when they won.
Yeah.
Toronto has been, you look at the last time Toronto even got close.
Right.
The goaltending has not been there.
Yeah.
When the problem is when a goalie allows 5 goals on 44 shots and you finish the game being, well, that was an improvement to usual. That's a problem. And yeah, I do agree. The defense, in my opinion, plays like poop. They are trying to make these stretch passes that only 2 of the defensemen know how to make. Jake McCabe, stop trying to be Morgan Riley.
No. I mean, we are missing Chris Tanev.
Yeah, sure. But OEL and Morgan Riley should be the only ones trying to make those stretch passes. The other
I
defensemen
agree.
should
They
just
can
chip it
actually
out
do it.
because they don't know how to make them.
I gotta give a shout out to Philip Myers. I think he's been a great 7th defenseman. He's not Chris Tanev, but he's been playing well, I think.
But maybe, I don't know, you guys can think I'm crazy.
McCabe looks lost about Tanev.
Jacob, I don't think you're crazy. I just think there's so many things that I don't know if it can, honestly. It's like trying to put together a broken vase. You can put together, you can keep gluing it. You can use super glue, you can use monkey glue, you can use flex tape, you can slap on
flex tape.
You can put whatever you want on it. At the end of the day, it's a broken vase that's going to keep breaking. And until
By the way, got a message from a friend of the program, Adam, who said it is too frustrating of a game to even talk about.
Oh.
I just at the end of the day, there's so many issues, right? It's like it comes to this team, like I said, they just don't care. I think the biggest problem is, and I know you guys disagree with me, I think it's that they don't care. I don't
agree.
I gotta say thank you for Ethan for commenting on the show here. He's out in BC, so nice hearing from someone on the West Coast.
Absolutely. And again, we appreciate all the comments. I apologize if I didn't thank everyone for the comments there. It's just I was kind of pulling a lane.
Busy night at the decks.
You gotta care. It's like us. Okay, imagine imagine if we didn't.
Dan, you're gonna get a booty shake.
Imagine one of the 3 of us never cared when we came on. We were just like, yeah, whatever.
Well, that happened once before, but that won't happen again. So
I'm just saying, what if one of the 3 of us came on every show and put in no effort, didn't try to reach out to the comments, didn't try to entertain the fans, didn't do everything? You guys could switch. We could get new back screens. We could use new computers. We could use new cameras. We could use new microphones. But at the end of the day, if one person is lacking that effort, it's not going to matter whether Jacob gets a new room or Dan gets a brand new studio, or you put in $100 for advertising, or you get sponsors. Sure. At the end of the day, it all comes down to effort. And this team, as Lever gives effort, they don't skate. They don't go for the puck. They don't want to win games. They don't hate, as what they say in Shoresy, they don't hate to lose. They don't. They straight up don't hate losing. There's not a bone in their body. And this is what you guys called me crazy. You guys said I was out to flipping lunch when I said this, that they needed to spend every single dollar amount on Jonathan Toews. Look at him now. He's on Winnipeg. He's a point per game player. And he's a guy who would have went in that locker room and been like, this crap stops now.
Jonathan Toews has been amazing. I agree. He's the missing piece this team needs. They need someone. And go ahead.
Well, I will, since Dan just decided to hardcore.
Well, okay. I'll finish my comment. I say this at the beginning of the year, okay? Every year, this team has had a veteran leader.
We'll get to your
comment. They've had Jason Spezza. They've had Jumbo Joe. They've had Mark Serradano. They've had Max Pacioretty. This year missed that piece.
But this year's no different than any other year.
Put up that comment, Ethan. There you go.
Yeah, I will, Dan. I was making it so people could see you. Oh, I think it comes down to chemistry, too. Take notes to Florida, Chicago, and even LA in their runs. Runs to cups, not runs to the washroom, although Dan loves running to the washroom. Well, they're all on the same page. Awesome. The Leafs look like they rely on their top players, and no one else is really producing. Like Domi. I mean, Nyes is producing, in my opinion, but I do agree about
Domi. It's over a point a game.
To name a few underperformers, in my opinion. We need Nyes to score more. I will. You know what? That is interesting, and thank you, Ethan. We appreciate that you really enjoy the show.
Yeah.
And also here, toss a big one in the chat.
Nice.
Leaf Nation in the chat here. But the end of the day for the Leafs, I do agree with the chemistry thing. And
It's
this is the
everything.
problem when you are constantly just rejigging the bottom 6 every year.
Can't blame
There's a
them.
reason why Ryan O'Reilly didn't want to stay here. Something isn't
That was a big red flag for me.
Yeah.
isn't right. And not that
That's
Ryan
good.
O'Reilly's playing good in Nashville, he's playing terrible. And people are like, go get Steven Stamkos. So I'm like, why is another old fart who's washed up going to fix this team?
Because they need that leadership. They don't have
Dan,
that
they've
this
had
year.
that leadership every time. And that's
I
why
think Ryan O'Reilly was the missing piece of his team. And the fact that
the missing piece that won one less game than this Craig Berube team that you guys think is so much better, and you think I'm out to lunch saying that Craig Berube's job is in jeopardy.
I get what you're saying.
If you're coming into Christmas and you're not making the playoffs, Craig Berube will be fired.
I don't know. I think you got to fire for GM. He put this team together.
Yeah,
he didn't spend the money.
Would you fire yourself?
Farmer.
Would you fire yourself?
No.
So what will Tree Living try to do?
He's going to try to change the coach, and it's not going to matter.
Back to the comments. It's like Cullen in the night. It's like the Sharks in night low busting down the holes, and these teams are doing it at 500. Man, the San Jose Sharks, I actually think that's a team that I see a lot of future potential.
I'm actually going to call it now. I know I say this every year, and I regret it. And my friend Brendan always laughs at me when I say it. But I'm calling it now. On the desk. Mark this time. Mark this day down. Whatever, November 9th at 10:55 p.m. The Leafs are not a playoff team this year. They're not. They're not a playoff team.
I agree.
They're missing the playoffs.
I think it depends 100%. I think it depends.
No, they're
on the
missing
next couple
the playoffs.
months. But I don't think you're completely out to lunch by thinking that, Lane. But back to the comment section again. I'm down for all the Hawks and the Kraken. I won't be going for the Leafs. I hope you guys don't lose money. Wow, they screw you locals. I do agree with that. And this is interesting to you guys. I don't know if you've noticed this. The Leafs are not selling out.
No, we're not.
I could get tickets for tonight's game, the Hall of Fame game, 10 minutes before puck drop. I could get good seats. I could get cheap seats. I get any seat I want.
Because who wants to go watch this?
And Ethan is agreeing with you guys unless they make major change, which is why I honestly think the problem is you can't change Matthews, because you can't get rid of him. It's kind of like Ovechkin. Do you remember Ovechkin? They kept failing until they got Barry Trotz. They found the right coach.
That's true.
I get what you guys are saying. You can't keep firing the coach, but what else can you do at this point? Besides either fire the coach, you can't trade Austin Matthews.
I met Barry Trotz's son the other day. Very nice guy.
Scratch him every game until
he also agrees. And you can't scratch Austin Matthews every game. You won't have enough cap space. And then the team's going to be god-awful.
They're already awful.
They'll be worse.
Cool. Who cares?
Yeah, but you know what? Do you scratch Matthews one game and send a point?
Yeah.
No.
I would.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. Okay, guys, I'm just going to say this, and this may not be popular. You got to remember you're coaching a bunch of millennials. Okay, I am a millennial, okay? But the players are different. There's a reason why John Tortorella doesn't have a job right now, as much as I love sports.
You scratched Marcel, you came back, you scored a goal.
Oh, should we fire Berube and hire John Tortorella in the Toronto media?
Wouldn't matter.
That could be interesting.
No, I'm telling you, it's
Tavares plays of heart every night. He needs to see.
I agree. 100%.
Backwards on Tavares being captain again. Oh, the only thing is, this might. If you take the C away from Matthews, it might make him be willing to be traded.
Right.
Good.
But then Forts gets fired the year after Washington wins. Yet that was bizarre.
That was
Washington
weird.
Has never gone on a deep cup run since.
That was weird.
Can also remind you that they haven't won a cup since they let Holtby go, which I know now he's retired. But still,
where did Holtby go? Dallas or something, right?
Bustin in the Leafs. What the fart?
Yeah.
The fart did I just hear? Look, I'm just thinking that, I will say maybe as fans, we need to, I only go to one game every 4 years, but maybe Leaf fans need to just stop going. If we feel there's no heart, that's one thing I will say, and I know I bring things back to Canadian football a lot, but that's because truthfully, I'm more of a CFL fan than an NHL fan. I'm just going to admit it. The Toronto Argos, when they kept losing, I never felt it was heart. I thought it was lack of talent.
True.
Like, I felt the team just was not good enough, but I felt they were trying. This Leaf team is good enough. There's just a
There's no
lack of
heart.
leadership, a lack of effort, and a lack of structure.
So a lack of everything, basically.
But the talent's there, which is why I think it's even more frustrating.
Yeah.
I am more frustrated by a team that doesn't try than a team that tries, but they just suck.
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, Ethan makes a great point too. That'll never happen. Richest franchise in the league, win or lose. And
100%. Because all the corporate seats, right?
It just sucks
the Toronto fans who go, it's such a corporate crowd.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I even said it to Dan when we were at that Leaf game. They did win against the Rangers. I mean, the Rangers are also terrible. Yeah. But like they won that game. We were at an Argo game one year. It was a random Monday night Argo game. And there were more fans. There was only about maybe 8,000 people at that game. This was about 4 years ago when the team really was.
Yeah,
people complain about the attendance now. 4 years ago, it was a lot worse.
Yeah,
and it was louder at BMO Field than what it was in the ACC.
I agree with that.
I know. I'm not disagreeing.
Have a great night, Ethan. Thanks for joining the conversation. Always appreciate it.
Yeah, see you later, bud.
Dick, I'm not saying you're wrong what you're saying. I just think until they care, like the fact that I care more than the team playing is sad. The fact that the three of us sit here and are arguing about Dan cares more about the jersey he's wearing than the person that he's wearing the jersey for.
Oh, and you work in the ECHL. Very interesting.
Oh, cool.
I don't know why Wool is in when you have a turd Nelson losing games like that. Like, maybe Wool will be the answer in that when he gets back to NHL speed. I don't know.
Maybe he will be. Yeah, the ECHL. That's very good hockey too.
Oh, it is. It's phenomenal hockey.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I just don't. I don't know.
But no, I do think it's effort. What you guys want can't happen yet. So you have to try to
maybe Wall coming back can change the momentum of this team. Like maybe it's the fact that Anthony Stolarz had competition was the reason why he played so well. Maybe without competition, he doesn't play well. Some goalies are like that.
I'm sorry, Dan. Until I see
I'm just pulling it out fair, right?
Until I see it from those forwards, until I see them.
I hear what he's saying. I do.
You know what? Like Nikita Gurbankin said, back check, forecheck, paycheck.
Exactly.
And then they got rid of him.
I was sad that we got rid of him.
It just shows this team is too focused on getting the sexy player at the deadline than actually making sense. By the way, Austin Matthews has a complete no-move clause, and he is signed till the 27-28 season at $13.25 million.
I honestly don't like him anymore. I honestly don't care for him anymore. I'm done. I'm honestly not an Austin Matthews fan.
We have guys waiting to play in the AHL, and they have guys like that. That is also a great point.
Yeah.
Maybe it is time to bring up some more passionate guys from the AHL. Maybe less skill but harder work equals a better result.
Well, 100%. Look at Paul David Kemp, right? He's had a really tough time. And I know David Kemp recently stopped playing for the Maoris, but I don't blame him.
He walked away.
Like, he did play for the Maoris, and he played, he still showed up and everything. But it's like David Kemp was a key piece to his team. When you were down in your goal, who do you put up for the face-off? When you're protecting a one-goal lead, who did you put up for a face-off? Who did penalty kill? David Kemp, every time. I've been a huge fan of David Kemp for years, even back when he was in Chicago. And the Leafs had him. They locked him up. Yeah, we overpaid him a little bit at $2.5 million. I get it. But you got over his cap space. Why not give him another chance? Because the guys you got are not working.
I agree with you, actually. I would give David Kemp a chance on the fourth line.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe Max Domi isn't effective when he's a fourth line guy. Maybe you got to scratch him for a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I honestly, until they make a trade, or I don't know who they trade. I don't know who they trade. I don't know what they trade for, but.
And I agree with the brother Zach here. Outshot 27 overall, 22-3 in the third period. Brutal effort. I agree. It was a brutal effort, and the skill almost got them at least a point. That's what's so frustrating about this team.
Yeah.
It was even a game against Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago. They played one period and won.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the skill is there.
Yeah.
And two, we do a lot of work with the Solar Bears of the CHL/Quebec Maritime Junior Hockey League. Okay, that's interesting.
Very cool.
And let us know if you guys want us talking more about the CHL and OJHL and ECHL and all these other leagues, and we can certainly do more of those conversations.
Oh, 100%. They're great hockey, too. Like we've been to a few Toronto Maori games, and, they're guys fighting for NHL jobs, and they play with heart and soul and passion. It's great hockey. Like, you're seeing fights, you're seeing hits. I give Bobby McMahon a lot of credit for having 2 fights in the last 2 games.
Bobby McMahon from the ECHL, just FYI, if you guys remember, undrafted.
That's right, 100%, right? And maybe this is what this team needs, but I love Bobby McMahon on this team. And I'm so happy he's getting a little bit more ice time because, he does play.
Actually, that McMahon, Tavares, Robertson line
looks great.
Actually looks pretty good.
And I've been saying all year, why not put Willie and Nice with Matthews? And finally, last few games they did, and they've been playing well. The problem is now we need to mix up the lines at the bottom 9 to kind of even it out more. But I'm with you, Jacob. I like the JT, Robertson, and McMahon line. We got to get Domi. I would put Domi with that Marcelli guy. I know they're playing Marcelli with Wall. I would put Domi with Marcelli.
Actually, Marcelli's actually playing really well lately. I know he didn't have a point.
He is, yeah. So I would put Domi with him, try to get that going.
The fart is in the air. We don't want to be sniffing the fart. Don't worry. The nightmare before Christmas could be the fart before Christmas. Very, very true.
But yeah, and same when it goes back to the ECHL and the CHL, guys who are fighting in the juniors and in the minors, they play with way more passing.
And obviously, too, here David's pointing out about the about his local team in the CJHL. There's awesome hockey that goes around.
100%.
David did start the farts. We used the fart instead of another F word that we can't use at the desk.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'd still rather we link in Belleville. Yeah, for sure, David. We definitely do got to meet up in Belleville at some point. We'll do a desk road trip. But there is something as
be up for a burger.
Talking about a team that's losing, I do want to bring in a point that from obviously the BC Lions lost in the Western Final. And before we get into the catch,
I'm sad about that.
There is something else I do want to talk about. The BC Lions have put out tweets from some of the players asking fans to stop sending death threats to some players. Oh. So obviously, can we not send death threats to people? That'd be great. Okay, thanks. Yeah. Look, I understand it sucks when your team loses. We have been ranting about the Leafs losing for 50 minutes. Yes. But I am no way, shape, or form thinking that I'm going to go and send Austin Matthews a threat. No. Or Anthony Stolars or Hildeby. These guys are all humans. They make mistakes. Chocolate milk makes them fart real bad.
100% it does. I'm only human. I'm a man. I make mistakes.
At the end of the day, that's just something that can't be absolutely done, right? So, and Keith saying she loves the Sherwood Park Crusaders. We got to look into some of the more of these minor league teams that you guys want us to chat about. But that's one thing great with a service. There are certain ways now you can watch all these local hockey teams. But it is interesting there about the death threat comment. I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention that obviously that's something that really shouldn't be happening, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Let's not be threatening people like that. But speaking of more people being upset, the Tommy Neal touchdown catch is turning out to be very, very... Yeah, Grey Cup sold out and the resale market value is pretty high right now in Winnipeg.
Yeah, I've seen that because I want to go, but I can't afford that.
You got to remember, all the Rough Rider fans, they're going to be making the trip, right? It's only a couple-hour drive.
Yeah.
Man, what a hard weekend it's been for me. My Ticats suck. The BC Lions let me down, and the Leafs still suck. Can the Blue Jays just...
But Lane, you missed Dan actually saying Nathan Rourke's a good player.
What?
I did.
When did this happen?
Today.
This morning.
Do we have a clip of that? I gotta watch that.
I'll have to cut it out. But yes, Dan.
Can you make an Opus clip of that?
Proved he's a franchise quarterback.
No, I want to. You actually admitted Dan Rourke is good?
I did.
Let's go.
Yeah, I don't like him, but I got him. He's still a great quarterback. I don't think that loss is his fault.
But I want to bring up.
Well, it is. Didn't he make a? Like, I could be wrong. I missed the game.
He had one interception, but the interception was not on him.
No, but didn't he make some stupid? I could be wrong. I didn't see the game.
He did make a stupid comment, which I think did rile up the Rough Riders.
Didn't he make some bad play, like with 2 minutes left to go, where they could have sealed the game?
In my opinion, it was bad play calling.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault.
They called a shotgun quarterback run on a 2nd and 3, which was very bizarre. That doesn't work in the CFL very often.
No.
But here's what the BC Lions are upset about right now, and Amar Doman tweeted this out, saying not a catch. And I want to go through the pictures.
What are we looking at? It's so blurry. I see number 2's butt. Oh, there we go.
He's showing the hand, the ball. I do want to say this, though, right off the hop on these.
It looks like his elbow, though.
I can't, in my opinion, you can't, for a play to be, you know what? You can fart all you like because you're not in the room I'm in.
That's right.
The Leafs fart
just a crap. Oh no, you better go. Thanks for joining the chat tonight.
I think the Leafs fart on the ice every time.
Yeah, I know.
Mark Bowman tweeted this out, and look, is it tough? Was this a catch or wasn't it? Look, I'm going to be blunt. I don't know. On all the review angles they showed, they reviewed it, I think, for 6 or 7 minutes. 6, 7.
Yeah.
It was too close to call.
And
the call on the field was a catch. He's showing this. The replay center doesn't have the ability to blow this up this much, and it's so blurry. I'm sorry, I can't tell if that's a football or if it's a hand or what it is.
It's a football. You can tell by
the color. Weenus. And I did say weenus.
But what I'm getting at is, like, could you argue this isn't a catch? Sure. I think whatever they called it on the field was going to stand.
Okay.
Would you boys agree with that?
Yes.
I do. However, I got to say, I love Mark Darwin. I think he's one of the best owners in the CFL. I think he's one of the reasons why the CFL started to make a comeback. Not just in BC, but the whole league. You know, people are trying to compete with him now. That's great. However, I got to say this.
But you know what
frustrates me? It's bad for the league that the owners are coming out questioning the calls.
Well, you know what I think is more frustrating? What I think is more frustrating is the fact that you actually think you lost the game on some 50-50. Could it not be? I guarantee if I watch that game, if I go back and watch that game, I could find 34 plays in that game where you screwed up.
Yeah, 100%.
It wasn't just because they caught up because they took the call, they made the wrong call on a catch, whatnot. I guarantee there's 20 plays in that game that you could go back and like you could have lost the game on that play, and you could have lost the game on that play. So they say, well, we lost the game because a call didn't go our way. Like, grow up.
And Nathan Rourke actually took the high road on social media and said that one call wasn't the reason why they lost.
Wow.
Buck Pierce and his media basically said the players didn't make the plays they needed to make.
Wow.
Which, again, I more personally thought it was bad play calling. But this footage is brought to you by TSN. But what I would like to do now, I'm going to remove the picture. Don't worry, so you can actually see. And let's actually make this full screen here. Let's watch it.
Where did my face go?
You're watching the catch, Dan.
Oh, okay.
For anyone who hasn't seen it, we're going to see a bunch of different angles here.
Oh, I remember this.
And I get it. This sucks. This is a tough way to lose. We see some celebration. Yippee-ki-yay, mother truckers. Here's another angle.
Oh, that's a catch. What are you talking about?
I'm going to say this. Maybe we're looking at this different if that goalpost isn't there.
Yeah.
Because you can't see it.
No, come on. That's a catch. What is this guy saying? It's as clear as day.
That's the only angle I was 50-50 on, but I still thought it was a catch, was that last angle.
He still has
all the angles they looked at. I think the replay center, with the evidence they had to use,
that one looked bad.
So we need more cameras in the CFL field.
Can we go back there for a minute, Jacob?
Oh,
That
Maybe
one,
this is the only angle.
this one looks bad. Let me see. He has the ball. Pause it.
there.
Yeah.
Lane,
I think
but
when he
are
hits.
you 100% sure that hit the ground?
No, I don't think. No, but there's a point. I think when he hits the ground, you do see the ball in his arms kind of. It does like sort of move, and like right there, you see how the ball. No, he had possession. I'd say it's a catch. He has no. That's a
You
catch.
can't tell.
I think it's a catch. He doesn't use the ground. In my opinion,
What happened now?
I think it's a catch. I think.
Hi.
I would, if I had to pick, I'm saying that's a catch.
The second angle is the best one. Lane reacted. That's definitely cut and clear. I agree with Key here. And I actually think if this was called no catch on the field, I don't even know if it would have been overturned because I don't think you can tell if the ball hits the ground or not.
It's not like the Dalton Varsho catch where exactly.
Or it's
Yeah.
not like Travis Kelce a few weeks ago where it was clear as day that the ball hit the turf and they called it a catch anyways.
That was
And
weird.
look, do I understand it's frustrating? Yes, but I hate to say it, but this just makes Amar Dorman look like a sore loser.
But now we got to ask. We haven't talked about this yet on the podcast, and I'm going to have to bring it up
Gas
because
off?
no.
Okay.
But there was some breaking news tonight, and
Oh yes.
Cleveland Guardians, and again,
Yes.
MLB is now being investigated for their own gambling. I'm just starting to wonder how deep is this going to go? Like, I can't believe I'm saying this. Is that CFL ref?
Ooh.
I don't know, but yeah, I have to.
But guys, it was a
I hate
catch.
to say it. I'm just saying, but like, we're gonna start running into this issue now because if every sport starts getting caught for this guy made a bet under the table and this guy made a bet and this guy pitched the ball and it's for 17,000 and this ref, I don't know. It's getting to a point now where no matter what happens in sports, you're gonna have to question every call now.
To put in perspective, in 2024, the MLB, the legal sports betting market, handled $150 billion in the U.S. alone in 2024.
Wow. That's a lot of money. I thought it was $6 billion, not $150
I'm
billion.
not
billion
saying the
was Canada.
CFL is under a gambling investigation. I'm just saying.
No, I know what you're saying, though, Lane.
we're gonna
You
start
do
getting
wonder
to
at
a
every
point.
single bad call.
Yeah, 100%.
Now with everything coming out with the NBA, I can't even watch the NBA now because I'm like, oh, cool. James Harden's points are 23. He got 23 points. He won't get another point for the rest of the game because his stat line, or maybe the in the MLB. Now I don't know whether Will Smith was on the ground. You have to question everything. And
Yeah,
then,
literally.
and the more that it comes out, the more it's going to ruin the sports. And I hate to
I
say
agree.
it.
Sports betting's killing sports. CFL, it was an estimated $20 million of annual legal betting
Is
in
it
the
on the
CFL.
Is it on the same level as these other big sports? No.
No, but it's still $20 million is a lot of money.
Yeah,
But at the end of the day, we're going to start. It's going to come to an issue now where we're going to have to start questioning every single thing, unless we have to create some sort of special computer referees that have to call the game.
That's what I've been saying. AI referee.
We might have
I
to
still
go to
don't
the
like
AI
it.
but we might have to go to a computer that has no judgment.
Exactly.
We
By
might
the
have-
way, I asked AI if I can build a tunnel underneath the 401.
what did it say?
It said I need to write an email to the MTO. Yeah, I can't just do it. So I said, what if I brought 10 friends? That's why I asked you, Mr. Dasko. I consider you one of my 10 friends and Bob the Builder. And
But
said,
not
"No,
his
it's not
favorite,
about
but not
me."
your favorite Tie Cat fan.
Yeah. Oh.
But
You can read the whole conversation on my social media, Lane.
at the end of the day, it's
Okay.
just Lane, I agree with you though, and I've been saying this well before the desk was a place back when I did a lovely show in Northern Ontario where I was very cold.
We got
Sports
some big
betting-
news coming up with Mr. Gray's co-worker we gotta tell Mr. Dasko about.
Absolutely. But sports betting kills. It really hurts sports. It does.
Mhm.
And it's going to
especially now it's
continue.
getting worse.
By the way, Key, thank you for the laughing reaction. Believe that is from Dan finding out if he can build a tunnel under the 401 via.
Well,
I told Dan to tell ChatGPT he wanted to build the tunnel so he could get chicken nuggets faster to his house. And ChatGPT said that was not a legitimate reason to build a tunnel under the 401, which I was very disappointed.
It was a good reason. We think Uncle Dougie has spent $9.1 million to hire a committee. I'm like, why not just use AI? And you think about why not just use AI for left wing?
Jake, I'm going to ask ChatGPT. I'll let you know what it said. I'm going to ask it a question. We'll see what it says. You guys go on with that. I'll get the results for you in a minute.
But at the end of the day, I just think that sports betting, I get it's never going to go away. It makes too much money. But we do need to find a way to police it much better than we are. And hopefully these FBI investigations will actually help.
Yeah. I don't know.
I just don't think that catch or no catch in the CFL, when you watch all the video angles that the replay center had to work with, I would say it was a catch.
Yeah, I say it was a catch too.
And I'll be honest, if they didn't call it a catch, I still don't know if if BC wins that game or not.
No, I think Saskatchewan's going to win that game either way. They're going to find a way.
Because that catch was just... It was first and goal with 11 seconds left, okay? So Saskatchewan still would have had 2 more tries to get into the end zone.
Exactly. I think
to go 3 yards.
Against
the defense that could not make a single stop on that entire drive.
Literally.
But I believe Lane wants to show us something.
I just had ChatGPT. How do we get the Leafs to have passion? And this is what it said. Leadership that sets the tone. Passion trickles down from the top. When the captain, veterans, and coaching staff show genuine intensity, not just media quotes, but the emotional investment becomes contagious. Accountability. Players need to feel the effort matters. What's everyone held to the same standard, stars included, it reflects pride and fight. Emotional buy-in. Teams that play harder when they feel they're part of something bigger, rally around a cause, proving critics wrong, representing the city, honoring a teammate can unlock that. Roster balance. Skill is great. I think a few players that live for the grind, high motor guys, locker room spark plugs can shift the team's energy. And energy, well, that's never going to happen. But you notice what it didn't say? Fire the coach.
Coaching in the beginning towards leadership. Mr. Nash, pull that back up. It did say coaching.
Yeah, but it mentioned it basically said it agreed with Matthew sucks.
I also feel I'm smarter than AI.
Oof.
I don't think I'm smarter than AI. I'm not that smart.
Yeah, you are. You're smart and you're gorgeous.
I lost it, but yeah.
Whoosh, comments. Sports gambling, I'm totally fine if it goes away. On the other hand, for horse races, illegal streaming, on the other hand, that's not going anywhere, and I don't think anyone's mad about that. Well, there's a lot of people mad about that.
That's a whole other topic. That's an interesting question.
There's a
lot
of
people mad about that.
Actually. Man, I mean, not the average viewer, but there are a lot of broadcast companies that lose a lot of money because people stream it illegally.
Okay, then make it cheaper and make it affordable to watch, and people wouldn't legally stream it.
Again, we're not gonna get into that whole conversation. But yeah, the average fan certainly is not.
Oh yeah, Jacob has a day job.
No, but okay.
But
okay, I have a job in media.
But I'm curious though. After you guys watching the angles of the catch, and Elaine, you mentioned about the betting. Do you think the refs made the right call and the command center with the information they had to use?
Yes.
Dan? With what they
at
had.
the time, yes, but Mark Coleman does have an interesting point when you do zoom it up. You can see the ball was hitting the ground.
No, you can't. You see a bunch of blur.
Of a brown object. The ball is brown.
Like the song Blur, like that. The ones that's like, woohoo!
But at the end of the day, they still would have had 2 more tries to go 3 yards.
I hear you. I think they would have ended up winning the game anyway.
Future Hall of Fame quarterback.
And at the end of the day, if BC played better, that non-call would have not been an issue, right?
Exactly. Does anyone actually know any of the words to that song besides the part where it goes, woohoo! Because then it's
I
just
know it was used to a BMW.
woohoo!
I know it was used to a BMW commercial.
He also believes it was a catch, and they did use the best information that they could at the time.
100%.
I feel that way as well. But I think on that bombshell,
Well,
it's time.
quickly, just gotta mention the other stuff going on.
Dan loves to ruin my perfect throws.
I do. Pittsburgh, the Steelers are losing tonight against LA 25-10.
Dan, don't worry. Now we don't have to wear anything Orshirk, but you know what you do have to do? You have to wear a clown suit if Aaron Rodgers doesn't make the playoffs. So that I'm loving. We're gonna get you.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh's leading the division, so I'm confident they're going to make
But
it.
they're losing to the Chargers, who are chasing them.
That's true. The Colts won in overtime. That would have been quite a game. The Ravens beat the Vikings. The Patriots beat the Buccaneers 28-23. That was a tight one.
Legit.
We were watching the Texans and the Jags. Texans won 36-29. That was a crazy game where if they were down by 20 in the fourth quarter, come back a one.
Did you see they were chanting? They were actually chanting MVP chants for Drake May. He's like, no,
it was crazy.
He was like, I don't think that's me. I think it's Baker Mayfield, but okay.
Yeah, literally, it was nuts. The Jets won 27-20 versus the Browns. That's a surprise.
Wow.
Saints beat the Panthers. Wow, 17-7. The Bears, David team beats the Giants 24-20. One I was really disappointed in.
Coach got fired, eh?
Bobby?
The Giants head coach got fired tonight.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. See, this is why we should talk about this stuff. The Dolphins beat the Bills 30-13. That's the one that really hurt me and upset me. My backup team, the Seahawks, beat the Cardinals 44-22. The Rams and 49ers, that was interesting until the fourth quarter. They won 42-26. And the Lions beat the Commanders 44-22. So wild week in the NFL, moving a lot of stats and different things like that.
And, of course, tomorrow we had the Eagles versus the Packers, which I think that's a big game for both teams.
100%. And just quickly in the NHL, the Canucks and the Abs are tied 2-2. This is as of around 11:30 on Sunday night, the November 11th. The Ducks are beating the Jets.
November the 9th.
Oh, I'm sorry, November the 9th. Wow. So I saw the 11th. Anyway, the Ducks beating the Jets. That's surprising, 2-1. David Chicago beating the Red Wings 5-1 tonight. The Kings beat the Penguins. Oh, interesting. 3-2. I think Corey Perry got another goal on that one. The Stars beat the Kraken 2-1. Ottawa beat the Mammoth 4-2.
Ottawa's hot right now.
They are. They really turned it around.
And the Mammoth have already been struggling.
Of course, we don't know about the Maple Leafs, and we won't mention that one again. But then Minnesota beat Calgary 2-0. So Calgary struggling again. So that's just some quick score updates in the NHL and NFL games. And I'm sure as the Grey Cup has ended, we'll go more into depth in other NHL teams and NFL teams and different things like that too. And like you guys are saying in the comments tonight, if you want to know more about AHL, ECHL, CHL stuff, college, I don't know, NCAA, maybe you want to know some more OJHL. I know Mr. Daskell and Mr. Jamo do a fantastic job working OJHL games. Let us know in the comments and we will do some digging and we'll talk about it. And also, you can also email us too in the email down in the ticker. And just so everyone know, we do have some big exciting news coming up. So we'll
also,
have
too,
Elaine once we're off air here.
We will be posting on social media as a poll, but let us know which CFL season you want us to break down this Thursday. Because we still have to do Ottawa, Winnipeg,
Didn't we do
Hamilton.
Ottawa?
We kind of half did Ottawa, but not really. So we may even combine Ottawa and Winnipeg to one show because we kind of did a little bit of both of them in that Ryan Dimwitty episode.
Correct. Yeah, we did.
So let us know though, because we also now have BC and Hamilton to break down as well.
1999.
So I'll post something tomorrow for that. You guys can let us know in the comment section there, or let us know here which one you want us to break down next.
I don't know if Jacob can do this, but when we do Hamilton, we should put like a 1999 filter, be like technical difficult. Like we should broadcast it like we're in the 90s with black and white and talk like this the entire time and be like, oh, the good old 90s and not the good of a dead jolly old time.
Bro, I was born in the 90s.
Actually, the other thing too, you guys
Don't
want
worry,
us to talk about
I can wear my
is
Britney Spears outfit and be like, my loneliness is killing me, and my teams always lose, and it's killing me,
Killing me.
The other thing
When I
too,
watch the Leafs, I lose my mind, and give me a sign. I just want my team to win a cup or a championship.
Chloe.
the other thing too is we haven't talked about yet on the decks here, but the season is starting. Is the NBA? The Raptors are 5-5, and Lane knows the NBA very well, so I'm sure we can talk about that too.
I know, Jake. I know we have to go in a minute, but did you see Brandon Ingram, what he did on the bench for the Raptors? That was pathetic. He got mad.
Oh, he threw the water bottle. And hit
Yeah,
someone's
he
face.
threw the
Oh
water
no!
bottle. He threw it at Scotty. He didn't mean to, but he threw it at Scotty Barnes.
That random Ingram trade made no sense at the time, and it hasn't worked out lately. So
Actually, it has. He's literally on a run of like Kawhi Leonard for his first 5 games point wise. He's been playing phenomenal.
Okay, I'm saying there's still a 500 club.
Still,
Which I guess the
water
NBA
bottle
is
on your
making the
team.
playoffs.
The 500 club though makes the playoffs in the NBA. But
Right,
yeah,
so
what
I
he
guess
did
my
was
comment is
stupid.
completely irrelevant.
I know he didn't mean to throw it at him, but that's still
still not cool. Yeah,
it's not. But I think on that momentous impasse, it is time for us to take the train out of here and leave the desk. Thank you very much for joining this. Back. Lots this week going on. Lots of NHL. Grey Cup weekend coming up. Media availability for Grey Cup coming up. We have to break down all of that and so much more. So make sure you tune in with us at the desk, as well. I'm sure we'll be going live more this week. Plus, we'll be back on Thursday to break down another CFL team unless some other crazy story happens in between. Make sure to like us on Facebook and follow. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Share and comment. They all
Share
help
and
a lot
comment.
with the algorithms.
And remember, the episode we did this morning will be up on Spotify by tomorrow morning. So make sure you check it out on Spotify and iHeartRadio. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I'm Jacob Moore, the Supplicate Sports Analyst. Join Mr. More for Your Money.
Woo!
And Lane Dashco. He is in serious thought.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I'm just getting ready to show you guys something after the podcast.
Thank you very much, everyone. And remember, always join us at the Analyst Desk, where every day feels like game day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.